It's been nearly 3 weeks since Hurricane Michael hit, devastating the Florida Panhandle. Many people continue to struggle, but there is some good news now. It was an inspiring day for the Boys and Girls Club of Bay County, a major donation straight from the top of the nonprofit. News Center 16's Kim Shine was in Panama City when the $80,000 check was handed over, and she's live to tell us where that money will go. Kim?
Hi, Terry. Yeah, one thing I do want to point out right now, though, is that trees, they're a really big problem here, and you can see that there's a lot of them that have either fallen down or have been cut, so they won't make more damage just right outside the Boys and Girls Club here. But back to that donation, when you think about the millions of dollars in damage that Michael caused, 80 grand doesn't seem like a lot, but for this club, that will definitely help tremendously. The board chairman says that that money will possibly go towards a hefty insurance deductible. Applause, a handshake, and some honesty.
And I know it's not enough. There will be more. If you need more, just yell and we'll get it.
Boys and Girls Club of America's CEO in Panama City Monday, presenting the Bay County chapter with a check for $80,000.
We are committed and want to make sure that the recovery here for Boys and Girls Clubs happens quickly, because as parents go back to work, and you all know this, they need a place for their kids to go. Board Chairman Arthur Cullen estimates damage at all three sites is around $1 million. The Frank Brown Park Club is the only open location. The Chapman site in Millville was hit hard. But talks are happening to open the Moore site to families, hopefully within the next few weeks.
This building is going to have some work done to it before we can do that.
Stability of the brick building is important, and many of the roofs need inspection.
The roof on the gym was totally flipped over and turned upside down. We're working on a plan right now because it's a flat roof. You can't just tarp it.
While the club owns the building, the city owns the land, so an agreement is also in the works to remove the downed trees. County leaders say they will rally around the club's recovery.
They are struggling along, but they're doing a great job considering what they've been through.
And a timeline for all of the sites to reopen, it's really hard to gauge, but as you can see in the package, you know, they're working as fast as they can. And also, I'll be down here all week covering these stories and bringing them to you. So if you missed the broadcast, you can always catch them on WNDU.com. Live now in Panama City, Kim Shine, News Center 16.
All right, Kim, very good work. Thank you very much. Residents are recovering from the devastation of Hurricane Michael. Mexico Beach was one of the hardest hit areas by that massive storm, and for those residents whose homes are still standing, they're clearing out their homes to eventually rebuild. Kim Shine talked to one family with Indiana ties who just moved into their house 11 months ago, and she joins us now live from Mexico Beach tonight. Kim?
Hey Terry, yeah, the Joseph family house is actually right behind me, and you can see there is a lot of damage to this home. They tell me that they probably won't be able to come back to this house and actually live here for at least a year. And today they were out here trying to salvage whatever they could and then throwing out everything else. Brian Joseph throws pieces of his 6-year-old son's bed over the balcony. It's moldy, and like many things here, it can't be saved.
The house was holding up pretty well, but this whole thing came in and crashed into the wall there. And then we started losing more windows.
The Josephs are a retired military family and moved here only 11 months ago. They left before the storm and came back to parts of their roof, their walls, and their floor missing. Outside, their view has also changed to a clear, bittersweet sight of the beach.
Hopefully it'll come back just newer and nicer, but still be Mexico Beach.
What you'll also see passing by are these signs. Brian wrote them to inspire his neighbors and encourage federal support.
Okay. Go that way.
Brian and Kristen's sons, 10-year-old Bryce and 6-year-old Brennan, can't go to school right now, so they're helping out too.
It's just different when you come back home.
But Bryce already knows that this has left an indelible mark on their childhoods.
Because when we left, we filled sandbags and bagged up the doors, and then we came back, all the sandbags were gone and our house was destroyed.
Mom Kristen, who's originally from Evansville, says the family was just starting to build a nice routine.
Everyone's working really hard, and we're thankful and grateful for that, but it's going to be a long time coming before all that's up and running again.
And again, it'll be at least a year, they tell me, before they can move back into this home. And Brian says that it's the unknown that is the most unnerving here. What will happen to this house, happen to their jobs, and how they will provide some type of normalcy for their 2 sons. Live here in Mexico Beach, Kim Shine, News Center 16.
Many Fountain residents finally have their power back, but thousands in Florida are still in the dark today, exactly 3 weeks after Michael hit.
News Center 16's Kim Shine has an update on the restoration process from Fountain, Florida.
Much of their power is out, but the hope is bright inside the Fountain Fire Department.
We're not closing down. We're going to be here as long as we're needed.
Despite having no electricity at her own home, Amy Putnam and her family are giving to others.
Because it's my community, and if I can help, I want to help.
Amy's husband is the fire chief, and their family stayed here during the storm. Soon after, donations started coming in, and they decided to open up to the public. It's helping hundreds of people who are also living in the dark. As of Wednesday morning, Gulf Coast Electric reported more than 1,200 customers without power, but say that 60% in Fountain are back on the grid. Hundreds of crews have been working nonstop, meaning folks like Connie Sisk can finally turn on the lights.
I think I ran to the breaker and turned the hot water heater on and went and took a hot shower.
Connie's power returned 4 days ago, but her storage freezer was one thing destroyed in the storm. We joined her during her first visit to the pantry.
It's awesome that people donate to help people up here.
Various people and organizations continue to donate to the pantry. The organizers say if they don't have what you need, they'll do their best to get it.
It will take years to rebuild in Mexico Beach, Florida. Residents are determined to make it happen, but have one major concern. News Center 16's Kim Shine spent her last day in Florida talking to them and tells us what they don't want in their beloved city.
We don't need big developers coming in here and bringing in large swaths of property that run these people out.
Corporate growth and takeover. They're major concerns of neighbors in Mexico Beach.
These people are what make this town, and if you get rid of these people, we're in trouble.
Shannon George owns Mr. G's Smokehouse and Seafood Grill. Thanks to Hurricane Michael, though, you can see right through his restaurant. He says he doesn't have enough insurance, but he is determined to rebuild.
You know, we're still reeling in from the numbness right now, so you know, it's a big blow.
For 25 years, Mexico Beach has been the Newtons' second home, and they too want it to stay local.
Yeah, we enjoyed it because it was a mom and pop. You know, we like the simple stuff, which all that's gone now.
To many, Mexico Beach was a hidden gem, but locals fear that the severe devastation and national media coverage will disrupt what they're determined to protect. Mayor Al Cathy says he's been asked a lot if he's worried his city will become a tourist destination. His response is resounding.
Our quality of life there has never been for sale. You know, I don't foresee that changing.
From Mexico Beach, Florida, Kim Shine, News Center 16.
In the 3 weeks since Hurricane Michael hit the Florida Panhandle, the city has water and much of its power back. Sewer service is also running for most of the east side. It's a story you'll only see on News Center 16. A former Mishawaka family forced to return to South Bend after Hurricane Michael destroyed their Florida home last month. News Center 16's Kim Shine sat down with them to talk about their unexpected return to the Midwest and what hurdles are now facing them.
It's a new start for the Jones family.
This is going to be our room.
Again.
We already painted in here. We just got to paint the trim.
Wife and mother Crystal shows me around their new home in South Bend. They're back after spending a year and a half in Panama City, Florida.
We love seeing like different things like in the water, like the dolphins. We'd go watch them on the bridge and go fishing.
But the family's paradise turned dark last month thanks to Hurricane Michael.
This is our boys' room right here. You can see their mattresses and stuff.
The strongest storm to ever hit the Panhandle left them homeless.
When it first happened, I was like, are we going to survive this? Where are we going to go now? But, you know, that's like life, like sometimes.
They've been living with friends, family, and even welcoming strangers, first in Florida before deciding to come home to South Bend. The move was made even tougher, though, because Crystal and Jerome's youngest son, Malik, has autism.
This will be our youngest son's room. We primed in here yesterday.
It's been less than 2 weeks since they've been back, able to buy their forever home, Crystal says, from her father. It needs work, and that costs, meaning holidays this year are on hold. It's disappointing for their parents, but it's something the kids say they're okay without. In South Bend, Kim Shine, News Center 16.
Right now, Crystal and Jerome are working to get the boys back in school. As you can imagine, their important paperwork is tough to locate right now, but the family is keeping their spirits high and say they're blessed to be alive. Well, the Mishawaka community is rallying tonight around a family forced to return to Indiana after losing everything to Hurricane Michael. Our Kim Shine introduced you to the Jones last week, and tonight Kim shows us how that story inspired a Mishawaka woman and Mishawaka police to help the family in a major way.
Most times, this Mishawaka police SWAT vehicle is used in dangerous situations, but on Monday it was filled with toys and officers wearing smiles.
I didn't know that the truck was coming like this.
12-year-old Jaden and his 9-year-old brother Malik getting an early Christmas with the help of Mishawaka police. The family lost everything to Hurricane Michael and are staying in a Mishawaka hotel as they work on their home in South Bend.
This is our boys' room right here. You can see their mattresses and stuff.
Lee Caldwell, who lives in Mishawaka, saw my original story and knew she could help.
I mean, they were going to be happy without any toys, and it just broke my heart. So I wanted to do something. I wanted to get our community involved.
Lee called our newsroom and asked if Mishawaka police would help deliver her grandson's toys. He has autism, like the couple's son Malik. She knew that he'd like them and that his brother Jaden would too.
No, God bless y'all, man.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too, brother.
I feel sad that we lost everything, but now we got a lot of stuff back from the nice people that just came right here.
My mind is still blown. I'm like so excited. Like there's gonna actually be help with Christmas.
It's our job to promote how good this community is to everybody. It just shows what this community is really about. It's a family in this community.
In Mishawaka, Kim Shine, News Center 16.
Mishawaka police tell Kim they aren't done helping just yet. They're reaching out to other people and other organizations to make sure the Jones have what they need to get back on their feet.